Hey guys, I'm Nick, and on this episode of the Scran Line, I'm going to show you guys how to make these Pride Month themed macarons. Now, of course, that's not a creative name. I want you guys to come up with an LGBT Pride Month themed name for these cupcakes. Try to be as creative as you can. Now, it is Pride Month, it is June, and it's a celebration of the LGBT community, which I'm a part of. So I wanted to make something rainbow. So these are basically like a paintball macaron, vanilla macaron with a really cool rainbow frosting. And that is super easy to make, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Let's get stuck into these, guys. These are the ingredients you need to make them. So you're going to need some almond flour, powdered sugar, some egg whites. So I've separated those into two separate bowls ahead of time. You're going to need some sugar, vanilla extract. I was going to use vodka for this, but I decided to use water instead. You'll need some water for the macarons, some fairy floss or bubblegum extract that is completely optional, and I've got my rainbow and merry color food dyes here. And guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I upload 2 new videos a week. We're going to start off by popping our almond flour and powdered sugar into a food processor. And guys, how gorgeous is my new food processor? I absolutely love it. No, this is not sponsored. I just love this food processor. So you want to mix those until they're well combined. So we're going to pop those into a large mixing bowl, add your first batch of egg whites and mix that until it forms a paste. Then you can cover it with plastic wrap and set it aside. Now let's move on to making our syrup. We're going to add our water and sugar into a small saucepan. Give it a gentle stir, and for this recipe, guys, you're going to need a candy thermometer. I purchased this online from Amazon. You can grab them on eBay or from your local kitchen supply store. Now, once you reach 115 degrees Celsius, you want to put your second batch of egg whites into your stand mixer, or you can use a hand mixer, and we're going to froth these up. Now, once you reach 118 degrees Celsius, you want to very slowly and in a thin and steady stream add that very hot syrup to your mixer while it's on high speed. After a couple minutes, you can add your vanilla extract and your bubblegum essence or fairy floss essence. Keep mixing for a couple more minutes. Once it's nice and thick and glossy, it's done. Now add 1 spatula full of this to your almond mixture from earlier on, and you want to mix it until it's really well combined. Now this is going to help your mixture thin out a little bit before you add the rest of your meringue. Now I like to mix this by going around the bowl with a spatula and then through the middle, and just continue doing this, and it helps deflate your mixture and gets it to the ribbon stage. So the ribbon stage is when it falls off the spatula in a ribbon and then disappears into the mixture after about 10 seconds. I'm going to line my baking tray with some baking paper. Just add some dabs of the macaron batter on there to help it stick. We're going to pipe the macarons about 3 centimeters in width. Once you've finished piping, gently tap the tray on all sides to help the air bubbles rise out of the macaron batter. We're going to let this sit for about 30 minutes to dry. If you can touch it with your finger and it's not sticky, then you know they're ready to bake. So you're going to bake these for about 10 minutes. Let them cool down on the tray before you start taking them off. So this is the fun part, guys. I'm adding a little bit of food dye to some water just to help dilute it a little bit and get a lighter color. We're going to be using a food safe paintbrush, and we're going to splatter some blue, pink and yellow food dye. So I'm just using some liquid food dye, or you can use some gel food dye. Now you want to let these dry completely before you try handling them. So I'm going to color some buttercream frosting in the colors of the rainbow as well. Add those to some piping bags. Now this is really cool, guys. This is how I get my rainbow effect. So we're going to pipe some strips of those rainbows onto some plastic wrap. Once you've got maybe 10 or 15 of those strips next to each other, you want to gently roll those on top of each other using the plastic to help you do it. Then you're going to snip off the end and put it into a piping bag fitted with a Wilton number 6B piping tip. Now you want to pipe your macarons in a swirl and sandwich it with another macaron, and guys, that is pretty much it. Okay guys, so those were my LGBT Pride Month themed macarons. Again, I want you guys to come up with creative suggestions and leave them in the comments below. If you want to grab the recipe for these awesome colorful macarons, find the recipe on my website. Link for that is in the box below. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, share this video. I'll see you guys on the next episode of the Scramline.